Yeah, of course. You asked about the um, American politics, about the elections in U.S. in year 2012. Is that going to affect the politics or the issues globally? Yes, all over the globe. Either those are the issues related to um, uh, Palestine and Israel, related to Israel and Iran, related to India and Pakistan, or related to Afghanistan and Iraq, and especially related to Iran. When there is a change in a regime and a change in a policy in US, you will see a change in so many things. So, but more or less, both the parties, the Republicans and the Democrats in the U.S., they both work for the interest of the Americans, for the American nation, and that's the way it has to be. All the nations, they should have their own interests, but the message of our party is to all the political parties in the world is that whatever agenda you have, whatever interest your nations have, they should not conflict with the interests of the other nations, and there should be a policy where there is a consensus, a will from all nations, and that will or that consensus should be for peace, modernity, development, liberalism, and especially for the development of this family Earth. We are a member of this family Earth. A time will come with that when we will be having a warm weather, global warming, um, a shortage of drinking water, a shortage of food and grain. So I think in 2012, the presidential elections in the U.S., the both parties, the candidates within the parties and for the presidential elections in U.S., they will focus on their policies for India and Pakistan, for Iran, for Iraq, Afghanistan, and for Israel, and for Palestine, and Jordan, and Syria, and Vietnam, and China, and Russia, and they're gonna come up with a foreign policy, and they need a review for their foreign policies where there is there is a kind of impression, message to the rest of the world that the American nation is there for the peace, and the American nation is for stability in the world's economics, and the American nation is behind the idea of developing the whole world, where we should have enough food, enough drinking water, resources for all the nations in the world. And I hope, and the senators, the congressmen in the United States, I spoke to some of them, and they're very nice, and they are coming up with new ideas, and they are reviewing their agendas, and I hope it's going to be a good message. And I'm telling the developing nations, especially the Muslim nations, I'm a Muslim, that you're thinking about the American nation and about American leaders, that they are against Muslims, they are against Muslims, or they are against Islam. Believe me, that is 100% incorrect. They're not against any religious organizations, but they're against extremism. So this is very important for us to understand that we should forget about fundamentalism and extremism, and the word is our. All the nations are together, either they are Jews or they're Muslims or Christians or Hindus. We are all brothers, and there's nothing against any religion. And I hope 2012 elections in US is going to bring new change.